Hi, good morning. Here we are on Love Week. It's the week of Valentine's Day, and so that's why on this Teen Wisdom Tuesday, I wanted to talk a little bit about love. Now, I wanted to share a story with you that a friend of mine told me a couple of weeks ago, and that inspired the title of this post, which is, Are You Breaking Your Teen's Heart Without Even Knowing It? When I started as a teacher, a lot of people said, "Oh, you teach high school, you are so brave." And I really thought, I'm not really brave, but what I do have is a lot of love to give, and I care a lot about the teens that I work with. And I realize that when people feel afraid of teenagers, maybe because of their attitude, maybe because of their look. I'm just picturing the stereotypical teen in the black leather jacket with spikes and like a spike necklace. Those teens who appear outwardly that way are just built up layers of protection because they have not yet developed a sense of themselves where it's safe to really be who they are. And I knew that. And so all of the exterior that they put on, all of that bravado, is their protection. And if I could offer them love, then it can cut through that really quickly, as opposed to putting up my own protection against them. So that, hopefully that mindset tweak can really help, because here's the thing with teenagers. They're trying to figure out how to be adults. That's their job right now. And some moments they push really hard at being an adult. And so they can look very mature. They might have adult-sized bodies. They may have all the trappings of being an adult. They might drive a car, and, girls get their nails done and have their makeup and just look really put together. And guys, might be building muscle. Some teens pick up adult habits that are not good: smoking, drinking lots of coffee, drinking energy drinks. There's all these very adult things that they are doing, but they actually don't have the mind yet or the physical body, all the physiology of an adult. And sometimes when they take 5 steps forward into the adult world, they go 3 steps back into the world of childhood, because they really wish for the protection and safety of being a kid, where there's not so much expected of them, where they could just kind of hang out and feel the way they want to feel without having to push through all of those emotions. So I'm trying to paint a picture for you of what teens are all about, because it really can set the stage for this story. So many parents feel like, I have this teenager, I've missed so many opportunities from when they were kids. Now that I see their teenage behavior, I wish I would have done things differently when they were younger. And I want you to know that everyone has that feeling. But there are still huge opportunities to connect with your teen, so that you can be a massive influence in their life, so that you can shape them and mold them and model them and mentor them, because that is what they desperately want. Even though their attitude, their appearance may be telling you, I've got this thing figured out, they really still do want and need their parents, even though it feels like they're doing everything to push you away. So here's a story that a friend of mine shared with me. Now, my friend, like me, has been a high school teacher, and she said, Deanne, I realized this one day with this one story, how sometimes as parents we are breaking our kids' hearts and we don't even realize it. She had this one high school student who over the course of the week became more and more disruptive, just kind of getting in everyone's way and being super disruptive in her classroom. And so my friend said, you know what, that's it. You're going to have a detention. And so his detention was to come after class and clean off the desks. Pretty standard stuff. But my friend is an experienced teacher and also has a heart of love for her students. And so she knew that when she had this student one-on-one to serve as detention, she could also start to figure out what was really going on, because this was a change in his behavior. He wasn't usually like this. So after class, he was cleaning the desks, and she said to him, like, this isn't like you. What's really going on? And, scrubbing the desk, probably not wanting to make eye contact, he shared that his mom had been working a lot more and he missed her. he didn't have as many chances to be with her, and he really missed her. And just imagine what it's like for a young man to have that heart of really missing his mom, but he knew that she was working hard, she was working for them, she was providing for them, and how hard it might have been for him to actually say it. And that may have been the first time when he really registered what was going on. And so my friend said, I think it would help your mom if she knew that. So is it okay with you if I tell her? And he said, yeah, okay. So my friend spoke to the mom and said, he served a detention, he's become more disruptive, but when I asked him, he said it was because you were working a lot more and he missed you. And this mom just broke down in tears because she had no idea. And of course, like every mom, every parent, you feel like you should know what's going on with your kid, but she had no idea that her absence made such a big difference to him, made such a big difference to her teenage son. And so without even knowing it, she was breaking his heart because he missed her. But he didn't have the words to say what was going on, so instead it came out in his behavior. So I'm sharing that story with you, not to break your heart, not to make you feel badly about the decisions that you've made, because there are times when we do need to work more, where we can't be with our kids as much as we would like to be. But just recognizing that teens often will push us away or keep us at a distance as their own protection, when what they really want is to have us a little bit closer. So we're approaching, tomorrow is Valentine's Day, where we're thinking all about love. And I just invite you to think about the ways that you can love your teenager. Now, I know you love your teenager, but it's different than when they were little kids. They don't want hugs and cuddles, and they don't want to hold your hand, and they don't want to give you a hug when you're dropping them off at school. And so I really invite you to recalculate, reimagine what your relationship with your teen might look like. And you might want to go ahead and check out Gary Chapman's 5 love languages. You can check it out on his website. He has quizzes, and it really will help you key into the variety of ways you can love your teen. So one way is through acts of service. So that means doing things for them. Now I know you are always doing things for them. You're working, you're providing money, you're paying for their cell phone. But an act of service is doing something for them that maybe they don't like to do, and you just do it for them one time as a gift. So if they have a regular responsibility at home, a regular chore, as a gift to them, as a way to show them you love them, this week during Valentine's Day, you might say, hey, I vacuumed the living room for you because I know you don't really like that job, and it's just a gift for you because I love you. So that's an act of service. So it has to be something that you don't usually do, that you do for them. And make sure you tell them you did it, because honestly, your teen may not have noticed that that the living room was vacuumed or not. So do an act of service. That might be a really powerful way for your teen to know that they are loved. Another one is quality time. That's what this boy was really wanting, was more time with his mom. Now, here was a revelation in my life. Quality time for me, my kids are little, and so quality time for me and my kids is when we sit and read together. So the kids will sit on my lap and we'll read a story. So my 4-year-old recently said to me, I want more mommy time. And I'm thinking, we spend a lot of time doing really quality things. We cuddle and read every day. We bake together. We do Play-Doh. We play outside. We're doing a lot of things. So I had to inquire. I said, what counts as mommy time? And she said, I want to play a game with you. And so I realized that's something we don't usually do. That's something she really wanted, to feel connected to me. So now that's become mommy time, playing games. And now that translates just as easily to the teenage years. There are probably things you do together all the time. You're in the car together, driving to their activities. You might be eating dinner together. You might be, spending time together watching TV. But that might not be quality time to your teen. So it's just a simple question. What counts as quality time together? Or what are some of the things you really love to do together? Maybe they do love just sitting next to you on the couch watching TV. Maybe they love cooking dinner with you. So ask them, because that's the way that you will know what really counts. And so when time is tight, you'll know how to target and get the maximum benefit of connecting with them in a way that they can really feel it. And that way you can see all the places where maybe you've kind of been around trying to, find that connection, and it just isn't high quality for them. So you can cut some of that out. So this is an incredible strategy to be super focused on what's going to make the maximum impact on your teen. So acts of service, quality time. Another one is words of affirmation. So saying, I'm really proud of you because you worked hard at math class and really pulled up your grade. And you can say it either out loud in person. That might be really hard for your teen to have you look them in the face and say that to them. They may not want to make eye contact. You might want to text it to them or write them a note. And leave it on the steering wheel. Put it somewhere where you know they will be, where they will receive it. And know that even if they don't say anything about it later, they just aren't sure what to say about it. And we're not really well trained to receive praise. And so just allow them to feel it and know that they're taking it in, even though they might not say anything about it. Another one is physical touch. So again, this is shifting as they get older. They're starting to think more about their friends and what's okay in terms of how they touch their friends versus potential romantic partners. And so things that they would have done easily when they were little, like holding your hand, now they're not going to hold their friend's hand. Holding hands might be only for a romantic partner. So just having that on your radar and being sensitive to how they might want to be touched and all the layers of significance that might start to mean in their minds, just key into that. Maybe they love it when you rub their back or scratch their back, or maybe they would love a foot rub, or maybe they just love it when you come alongside them and put your arm around them on the side. So it's okay to ask your teen, next time you're physically affectionate with them, say, hey, is this still okay that I I'm giving you a hug like this? Or would you rather that I only did this when we're at home and it's just the two of us? So just opening that conversation will help your teen recognize you are loving them and you want to be respectful and do it in a way that's comfortable for them, because you recognize that they're growing that much older and their lives are changing. So that's a little bit about physical touch and how it's changing over the years. So now let me make my list. Words of affirmation. Oh, gifts. The last one is gifts. Now, I know you are giving them things all of the time, but here are a few things to consider. Which is more meaningful for your teen? Is it one big gift? Here's the Xbox you were wanting. Here's your car. Or is it small, personalized gifts? Honey, here's the organic non-GMO lip balm I know you always love that you don't always afford for yourself. Or here's your favorite chocolate bar just because, I was thinking of you. And so there's a few things to think about gifts. Big gifts or small gifts. A gift on an occasion, like here's something for you because it's Valentine's Day, or is it going to be more meaningful to have a just because gift? Here's another revelation in my life. My husband often works from home, and he loves Tim Hortons coffee. Here in Canada, we have Tim Hortons on almost every block. He loves it when I bring home a Tim Hortons coffee for him. This is a $2 thing. It costs $2, but it shows him I thought of him. I brought him his favorite thing, and I do it out of the blue. And so he just spontaneously receives this surprise, here's your favorite coffee, and he loves it. That means more to him when I do that once in a while than finding him something really expensive and big, because then maybe I don't get the right thing. A Tim Hortons coffee is exactly what he wants at any time of day, and he loves the surprise of it, and it's always a welcome treat. So just think about ways that you might surprise your teen with a gift. Maybe next time you're picking them up from an event, you have their favorite drink in the car for them. Maybe they're getting ready to go out for an event and they needed something special, a special piece of equipment, and maybe you get that for them. Maybe it's just an iTunes gift card for $10, just once in a while, and you say, here, Maybe you combine some things. Here, I can see that you've been really working hard at your schoolwork, and I want you to know that I see that, and I so appreciate that about you, that you're so hardworking. Here's a $10 iTunes card. So then you've layered up all of those things. You've given them some words of affirmation. You've given them a small gift, and it's out of the blue, not because it's Valentine's Day, not because it's their birthday, but because you're just showing them some love. Also think about the way you are giving that gift. So does the way it looks make a difference to you? It does to me. I love beautiful packages. So if someone gives me a gift that is wrapped beautifully and it's the surprise of opening it, that is a wonderful gift. My husband could care less how it looks. He just loves to receive it. So here's your old Tim Hortons coffee, or here's a chocolate bar, or here's your gift card. Doesn't matter how it looks to him. So just tune into what is the most meaningful for your teen, and always find a time to give it when you are feeling the love for your teen and when you know they will be able to receive that love. Sometimes we get so set on, I'll just give them this thing, and we just want to rush it, or we don't have a lot of time, and we're just like, here, I got this for you. Okay, see you later. Allow it to be a moment that you can feel with your heart so that you really maximize the impact of the gift. That also goes for the act of service. If you're going to do it begrudgingly and be like, she said I had to do a chore for them. I don't really like to, but I'll do it. No, it's not going to be a gift then. This has to be with an open heart because you are showing them that you love them. So I hope that gives you some ideas to work with. So instead of that situation where you might be breaking your teen's heart without even knowing it, because they would maybe never tell you, Mom, I want to spend more time with you, because they sometimes can't even articulate it. Sometimes they just are feeling a certain way and they haven't even connected the dots that my mom is working more, I'm feeling more lonely, I would like some more attention, so then I'm going to act out at school. Those links in the mind are not always happening for teenagers. They're just doing and being in the moment. But sometimes when we read that all back to them and say, hey, I've been working a lot more, I notice you've been doing this, could it be this that you miss me? Then they might be like, yeah, that's what it is. And so also helping them to put some dots together of connecting what has changed in their life, what their behavior looks like, and then potential solutions, like finding those times where you can maximize your connection so they really can feel the love. So go check out Gary Chapman's 5 Love Languages. And my challenge for you this week is to find a new way to show your teen that you love them after you ask them about how they best like to be loved. So go ahead and ask them, if I gave you a small gift once in a while, do you think you would like that? Or is it okay if I hug you like this when it's just the two of us at home? Go ahead and ask your teen something specific about what helps them feel that they are loved. Another note I wanted to make is, I know tomorrow is Valentine's Day, but did you know that today is the International Day of Self-Love? Yes, because when you can give yourself love and invite the love in, then that's when you really can have those powerful, loving feelings for someone else. If we are constantly giving to everyone else around us, and I know as parents we get into this state where we just give to everyone else, we are not giving from the fullness of what we have. So today, I invite you to give some love to yourself. If you need some help of thinking about how you're even going to do that, go to my website and check it out. So www.gratitudework.com, and there's a blog post there for you that gives you all sorts of strategies and ideas about how you can show love to yourself so that you are giving from the fullness of your heart tomorrow on Valentine's Day when you're showing love to everyone else. Okay. from my heart to yours, much love to you. Enjoy the wonderful opportunity to love yourself and love your family. Okay, everyone, be well. I'll see you next time.